Hey guys, how you doing? It's Orbit here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to get into a decent league in DC Universe Online. Okay, um, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a fresh level 30, you've just hit level 30, you're not going to get into a decent league. Okay, because if you could, then that league wouldn't be decent. Think about it. Okay, if a top league was just inviting fresh level 30s all the time, that league wouldn't be at the top. Okay, so that's the first step. So if you've just hit level 30, don't even bother asking the top leagues if you can join, because the answer's going to be no, definitely, 100%. Okay, and that's why they are top, because they've only got top players in, and it doesn't matter about your combat rating. Okay, if you spam through GOT and you've got the top combat rating there is, okay, or near to top, that makes no difference. Okay, you're not going to be a skilled player at the end. It takes time to be a skilled player. Okay, so if you hit level 30 in, say, what, 3 days, spam out GOT over the weekend, you can get a pretty high combat rating. That's not going to you're not just going to walk straight into a top league through combat rating. Okay, if someone asks me to join the league, I'm not going to be asking you what your combat rating is. Okay, because I don't give a shit about combat rating. Combat rating is just a worthless number. Okay, worthless number. So you need to kind of build up a track record with different leagues. Okay, because one question I will ask is, what league have you been in before? Okay. So you want to be kind of looking to, first of all, get into a league. Okay, make sure you're not leagueless. Okay, because it doesn't matter whether it's a top league or a kind of a not so good league. Okay, there's still people in that league that will help you out, getting your gear and telling you tips and stuff. There'll always be somebody who's been playing the game longer than you that can help you out in any league. Okay, if you're new. So get into a league when you hit level 30. Any league, just shout in the watchtower. Lots of them will just invite anybody. Okay. And then after that, you want to be trying to make friends with as many people as you can. Okay. A good way of getting into different leagues is to make friends with somebody within that league who's quite high up in the ranks. Okay, and the easiest way you can make friends and do that kind of stuff is if you've got a mic. If you don't have a mic, you're going to struggle with that. Okay, definitely. That's one thing that I'll ask you. Okay, have you got a mic? If it's a no, then I don't want to know about it. Okay, because at the end of the day, mics do help with strategy and that kind of stuff, but on the other hand, it's a social game at the end of the day, so mics is a must, and you can pick them up for like, what, 15 quid or something. It's investment worth doing. Okay, get a mic and have it on. Whatever you're doing, have your mic on, speak to people, get to know them, add them as a friend. Okay, and you'll build up relationships through your list, okay, through your friends list and stuff that you'll want to do stuff with more. Okay, and you'll tell by how well they're playing, where you'll start to realise kind of who the better players are and what the better leagues are, and then from there you'll want to leave the league that you were just in. Okay, if they've just invited you, you're a fresh level 30. Okay, that's a good stepping stone, but you don't want to stay in that league. Okay, bear that in mind. You don't want to stay in that league. So DC Infinite guys, get out there. Get out there, find yourself a decent league. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen a pre-made DC Infinite. Okay, get out of there, and then you want to be going into a kind of a semi-intermediate league. Okay, as long as they're kind of friendly, they do PvP and PvE. That's another thing. Make sure they do PvE and PvP, because some leagues only do PvE. Okay, not I don't think there's any league that just do PvP, but there are leagues that mainly do PvP, but they PvE as well for things like feats. Okay, they're the kind of leagues that you want to get in if you want to improve your character to the max. Okay, mainly PvP. The reason why is because competition brings the best out of everybody. Okay, think of it as whatever hobby you've got. Okay, whether it's football, basketball, it could be martial arts. Okay, it could be anything, right? The better people that you'll play with, okay, they will be in competition, so some kind of league or some kind of, they'll be doing competitions, right? They will be the better people that you play with. Trust me, definitely, that's 100%. Okay, because PvP is the competition of this game, right? So it's the PvP that is going to get you to be a better player. So make sure your league do PvP, make sure they group up and PvP together, okay? Because if you're just going straight into PvP by yourself, you're likely to come up against another pre-made, and if you're just getting smashed, you're not going to learn anything. So you need to learn grouping up and going in together, okay? And then eventually, it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be a quick process, but eventually down the line, you'll start to get your name recognized, okay? The best way to do that is in PvP, trust me, okay? If somebody is beating me up in PvP, I remember that name at the end, okay? That's not an excuse to target me in PvP. But that's the best way you can do. Get into a league that does PvP, group up with them, go in, start building up your PvP gear, beat up the big boys, okay, and then you'll soon start making friends with them. And once you start making friends with the big leagues, that's when you'll eventually get your invite to the top league. But it's like I said, you're not going to step off out of OMAC, okay, the OMAC solo mission, hit level 30 and expect to dive into the best league in the game. It's not going to happen, okay? Because in that league, they've got people that they have been playing with for since launch, on some people many months, right? And they've got this team together that makes it so good, okay? If they're adding fresh 30s in here and there, okay, it's not going to be that anymore. So think about that. If you're sending me tales, okay, and I don't know you, the chances are it's going to be a no. In fact, it's definitely going to be a no. I need to know who you are. I need to know background, okay. And most decent leaders will do that, okay. If you meet a leader who's just inviting anybody, that's cool, okay. If you haven't got a league but you don't want to be staying there, okay, don't unpack your bags. Right, so yeah, main thing is really get a mic, okay? Get a mic, be friendly, help out, and you'll eventually work your way up, okay? But it's not going to be a quick process, okay? Well, I hope this has helped everybody of how to get into a better league than what you're already in. Yeah, okay, let me know what you think.